We started with 10, and there are 4 photographers left, all competing for a chance to win over $25,000 in cash and prizes. Today's challenge is one light male portraits. Are they up for the challenge? Let's see what they can do. Hey Siri, set timer, 8 minutes.
You thought Tabitha was a hot mess? I can't breathe right now.
What is this?
Today, one photographer is going home. Who will it be? Welcome to the Creator Series. Today we are here at the Abbott in Kansas City. Competitors, today's challenge is one light male portraits using the Canon R5. At stake for the series winner, over $25,000 in cash and prizes from Canon, H&H Color Lab, BackgroundTown, and Westcott. Remember, you will have 8 minutes to complete your challenge. After you complete your challenge, you'll hand me your card and return to the lounge. Once every competitor has completed their challenge, your cards will be returned and you'll have 30 minutes to select and edit your image. A little bit easier than straight out of camera. And finally, the challenge winner will hang in the H&H Wall of Fame. Today's challenge is one light male portraits, and the winner of today's challenge will take home a 24x30 classic modern frame print valued at over $300. But before we get started, for our viewers at home, we put together a little set of prizes for you as well. Win a free ticket to ShutterFest 24 and ShutterFest Plus, our 4-day photography conference, and a free FJ80 and FJ200 along with the trigger from Westcott. Click the link below to enter, and after episode 7, one lucky winner will be selected. Now, back to our competitors. We are at the final 4. How exciting for you guys. Well, at this point, every challenge, every shot, every decision you make will impact your future here. I encourage all of you to focus on the details because I promise, as you've seen, this is where the judges are going. Today's model is Tyler J. Newman. Good luck. Let's see who goes first. Who's going last? You've gone last the last 2 challenges. You've gotten pretty lucky. Who traded with you last time?
Yeah, I'm good.
You traded last time?
You dropped this.
Oh, sure I did.
All right, let's go. Backdrops. Every studio photographer has them, uses them. Of course, you've got to have the staple. I keep saying it, the staples, the black, the white, the gray. But after that, you've got to start expanding your collection. And what is becoming incredibly popular in the world of backgrounds are AI-generated backdrops. And so this one called Poppies from BackgroundTown is a perfect example of that. It's got reds and teals and so beautiful color palettes. I think something like this is great for fashion, but also high school seniors where you're trying to put a little bit of a fashion slant on it. And so BackgroundTown is the official backdrop sponsor of Creator Series 2. And what they are offering our audience is 40% off. If you started in the series and you took advantage of it, it was 70% off. Absolutely insane. So stop waiting. If you take advantage of this during the week of this broadcast, it is 40% off site-wide, all and any backdrops that you can possibly want for your studio. So take advantage of that. Don't miss out on this special.
Going first, I'm kind of a little nervous because I don't really have a whole plan. With it just being an 8-minute challenge and just a one light portrait, I shoot a lot of male models and I shoot a lot of men musicians, so I'm kind of familiar. So I might try to do something just a little bit different than what I think my competitors might do, and it could bite me in the ass, but it could pay off really good. So I think I might create a little bit of a set for him so he's not just kind of standing there looking cool. So we'll see how that works.
What lens are we going with?
I think I'm just gonna go with that nifty 50.
Nifty 50, I like it. Okay, we got the trigger set up. I got your memory card in here. Let's go pick some lights.
I think I'm just rocking with the beauty dish.
Okay.
One light, keep it pretty, not safe, but consistent, and be able to just really dial it in with the 8 minutes and just kind of make something a little bit special.
Are you trying to do something more directional, soft light? Are we gonna put it super close?
Probably pretty close.
Okay.
I might do a little bit of a Rembrandt type deal.
Okay.
Not 100% sure. I might play with a couple things.
Figure it out.
So yeah, looking at his outfit, I kind of want to stick with something I think like the fresco cream. And then I think what I'm going to try to do is build a little bit of a set for him super quick, knowing that I got 8 minutes.
Okay, so spend some of your time doing that.
Spend some of the time doing that since it is only one light. It's
Should be straightforward, yeah. Have you had a chance to talk to Tyler? Because Tyler is in an uproar about the 8-minute challenge. Tyler, come on in here. What's the problem?
Honestly, the workplace environment here is just...
He doesn't feel like 8 minutes is enough to capture
No, I don't think we're gonna have enough time for this man.
all this man stuff.
Too much man for 8 minutes.
He needs at least 10 to 12 minutes.
At least 10 to 12.
Hey Siri, set timer, 8 minutes. I like these one light challenges. I don't have to do anything.
told you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
You're the best. Thank you. You thought Tabitha a couple of episodes back was a hot mess. This is that post photo shoot glow. So I knew a lot of people are gonna do something similar, something straightforward, something clean. Most likely that's what I'm thinking. So going first, I knew I had to do something different. We're a little bit limited on what we have access to, but being in this beautiful venue, we had all these chairs. So I was like, I kind of want to make it like a really clean, he destroyed the green room after his concert, so Rolling Stone type image. And then I just wanted to play it safe at the end there and just get some other stuff just in case, because it is all about details. So I want to make sure that I had something that felt really strong, really like me, and just something a little bit different.
All right, the Nifty 50 from Canon. This is a Swiss Army knife, if you will, of lenses. Mostly, of course, it's not a zoom telephoto or a zoom lens or any of those kinds of things. It's a fixed focal length, 50 millimeter, but it's a good versatile lens. I can move in, get close. I can also back up, of course. One of the things I like about this lens is, of course, speed. You will hear me repeat this over and over again. Speed, speed, speed. So the fastest glass I can get, I'm always gonna put in my bag. This coming in at f1.2. So it's gonna work well for weddings and low light situations, boudoir, again, low light situations, and then just an all around great lens. Of course, if you're in studio, you can use it for full body and you can move in a little bit closer for a portrait without skewing everything. That's why I consider this a good all around lens to have in your bag. So the Nifty 50, good job, man.
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, 1 down, 3 to go. The applause are getting lighter and lighter. All right, who's number 2?
I have a lot in my head. I have 5 or 6 probably different ones that could go with. Last challenge, I really got stuck in one. So I ran out of options in the room picking my stuff. So I'm gonna see how many I can flow through in 8 minutes and hopefully one of them works.
All right, Chris, what are you thinking for your last?
I wanna do a couple different close-up bats. So I think I need a zoom. I think I'm gonna go with my trusty 28 to 70.
2870.
Yeah, 28 to 70.
All right, talk to me about lighting. What are you thinking?
Because it's only one light, I think I want a larger, I think I want a round shape. So I think I want the large octa.
So get me in your head. What's the plan for this shoot? What are you trying to do?
So I want a real, he's got that super grungy look. I think I want like a real melancholy type thing. So I think I want to do some stuff with a chair sitting, leaning, that 1,000-yard stare, men's look. But I want to get kind of a soft Rembrandt, hopefully, lighting set up.
So with a large octa, and if you really do want Rembrandt, we've got to think about light positioning. If it starts getting too close, it's going to wrap around them. So just keep that in your mind. I'll get that set up, but let's pick a backdrop first.
I'm gonna go with the Lux Copper Medium.
More of a master style backdrop. Perfect.
Bring your face this way, and I want like 1,000-yard stare on the ground right there. Yeah.
Okay, we're getting going. Hey Siri, set timer, 8 minutes.
Yeah, right there, yeah. Getting what I want is cheap there. Let's go.
You are or not?
I am.
Actually interesting watching them shoot men. I'm really shocked that they're opting for this white chair and not going with hard light. Like I would really go with hard light, hero poses, like shooting up at them, like all the things that you wouldn't do with a female. You have the opportunity to be more aggressive with a male, and so far, no one has done that. We'll see how the rest of them do.
Right there. Yeah.
30 seconds.
Sit down, on edge. Lean up, sit on edge, and lean back. Bring that leg back, that leg out. Yeah, look this way again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
Dude, you can rock.
Thank you.
I can't breathe right now. I used every second of that time. I felt way less stuck than I did last challenge. I had a couple different ideas. He was so great that as he was moving, more stuff was just flowing into my head. He's got that grungy Johnny Depp look to him that I'm obsessed with. It's gonna be hard for me to pick which image I'm gonna use, I think. That's gonna be the hardest part for me, I think, is picking which one I think the judges are gonna resonate with. and tells the best story. I think I took some risks. I don't know. We'll see.
Good luck. All right, here we go. Next up. All right, number 3, Margot. Let's do it, girl. You ready?
My plan is to, like, keep it simple, stupid. So with that, I'm gonna go with a black and white classic. He's a very gorgeous model, so I want to just like highlight his jawlines and all that kind of stuff. So let's see if it's enough to take me to the next.
All right, Margot, what are we doing for glass?
I'm torn between the 85 and the 7200 because I want to keep it classic, strong.
Why don't we start with the 85?
Okay.
Because you can always, I
I've
feel
never
like,
shot with the 85 before.
I think it's a perfect portrait lens, and I think it's going to give you a good amount of compression, and then you could always back up if you need that 70 range, but I think with 85 you can move in and out with your feet. We got plenty of room here, so I think that's a really good choice. So, all right, let's talk lighting. What are you thinking?
So, like I said, I want to do classic look. I'm torn between the Octa and that one.
Octa and the Beauty Dish.
Yeah.
So I would say the Beauty Dish is going to create an overall better light source for you. So I think that's a good call. Let's go with the Beauty Dish.
And then for the fill, like
There's no fill, one light.
dang it. For the mood, I think I'm gonna stick with Miss Annie's Lux Copper. I think I'm gonna stick with that.
All right, you're going to get one test shot, and then we're off to the races. You like that?
I love that.
All right, we're getting it going.
Okay.
Hey Siri, set timer, 8 minutes. Four minutes 20. Are you done?
I am, but
You giving up your 2 minutes?
no, hell no.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Got it.
You're done?
Yes.
All right, I guess we're gonna call it time.
I think I did okay. Great model, great expressions. Like I said, keeping it classic, and let's see what happens in post.
All right, let's talk about some of the light modifiers that the contestants have been using. These are umbrellas, which I think have become a little bit of one of the most underutilized tools, if you will, that photographers are using. So everybody tends to jump to octaboxes, beauty dishes, but an umbrella can be extremely versatile. Of course, you've got shoot-through umbrellas, reflective umbrellas, and so this one is a 43-inch Apollo umbrella, and they've got deeper ones as well, over 50 inches from Westcott. Here's why I like it. Look how easy this is to break down and travel with, right? We can now just open this up. This is a white umbrella. These are Westcott FJ200, and we are in business. A nice, soft light. And of course, you can control this by how far away or how close you move it to your light source. And so this is an incredibly versatile tool. And like I said, completely underutilized. And so you've seen some of the results from the competitors. I think this is a must-have for your lighting kit. You did a lot of hard work, man. Good, kudos to you.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Feel good?
I feel good. I feel like I did my best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Laura, let's do it. Let's go, girl.
I would like a prop from in here.
Okay, what prop are we taking?
One of the chairs out of the bathroom. I'm gonna do Rembrandt lighting, and I have a chair that we're gonna bring out, and we're gonna do some real moody stuff. I'm super excited for him because he's gorgeous and he's got the hair. I'm ready.
All right, Laura, what are we thinking for glass?
I'm gonna do the 85.
85, all right, I already have it on. Laura, what are we thinking for light?
I'm gonna do Rembrandt lighting, and I wanna use the Octabox.
The Octa M or Octa Large?
I want the large.
Okay, let's pick a background.
Let's do Rebel.
Okay, we'll do from BackgroundTown, the Rebel background.
Just like I told everybody else, move me how you want me.
Okay.
If you want to direct me any way you can. If you feel it's faster to just move me, do what you want.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a good starting point.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, good luck, girl. Hey Siri, set timer, 8 minutes.
Come forward, and yep, rest your hands right there. That's perfect right there for me.
Beautiful.
All right, I'll call it. Time. 30 seconds left, but she's happy, so we'll see what you got.
So I did Rembrandt lighting, which is something I'm familiar with. He's a great model. I think we got a lot of really good images to choose from, and I think I'm ready to do this.
All right, let's talk about what the winner's getting from H&H. They're getting a framed classic modern 24 by 30 in size. And so this is what I have standing right next to me, and it is absolutely stunning. And so you've got a fine art print, you've got some textile behind it, then you've got a custom matting, custom frame. It is the perfect way to stand out and deliver something for your clients that is absolutely timeless. Of course, several frame choices, matting options for you to really differentiate your product. So let me give you some of the details on this. With the classic modern frames, your image is printed on watercolor paper and then given hand-torn edges for a fine art look. It's mounted in a deep float style frame with your choice of suede underlay accent, glass, and a white on white matte. Comes complete with black backer paper and a hanger. Sizes available from 6 by 6 to 24 by 30. Want a chance to win H&H's featured product today? Go down into the description, click on the link, and head over to our website. There, you'll enter to win, and every week, someone will win the featured product from H&H. All right, final. All right, here we go, guys. You know the drill. You're gonna have 30 minutes to select and edit your final image. Good luck, everybody.
It's a very short.
Right back.
All right, judges, challenge number 5, one light portraits for men. So that was the only requirement for them, was to have one light. Other than that, it was fair game. They could do whatever they want. I thought this was an interesting challenge in that at some point in the challenge, even though they didn't submit it in their final images, everyone made our male model sit down. And yeah, they just put them in a chair. I don't know what it is with
They always
men.
do.
They got to put them in a chair.
We can't stand.
You know?
We can't stand.
Yeah, why can't I
clearly.
stand? All right, so let's take a look at these.
What is this?
That's supposed to be creative.
What is it?
You literally want to know what it is?
Yeah, like what is that? It's supposed
Shooting
to
through
be
plastic.
Okay.
Remember, there's only 4.
Oh, that's right.
So that's one.
1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4. We threw them for a loop. I think most photographers, for whatever reason, are stronger with shooting female, and that's why we threw male into this. I personally felt like, as I'm sitting there twitching, watching them work, I felt like for a male model, I wanted something that was more heroic.
Yeah, but then you chose the
Stronger
prettiest guy.
Yeah.
He's very pretty, so I don't understand why. I don't understand.
How much further is that hand than the face band?
Yeah.
That is like
it's
a meter.
a big hand.
It's like right there.
Yeah.
It's a portrait of him, or is it a portrait of his hand?
Right. Well, yeah, maybe he's a hand model. I think this particular image has a lot of problems.
There's a lot going on.
First of all, just the pose is just making me crazy, but now you've got this problem, this blob on the bottom left that's not real clear what we're doing, right?
Right, why?
And it's not balanced, really. Like, so it doesn't lend to the portrait. I'm a real big believer that if it's not lending, it's subtracting from the portrait.
Right.
Then you get to the hand.
A bit of a visual thing is that if you have a prop, which is like your head resting on your hand, you need to see where that shoulder or that elbow is resting.
Right, where it connects.
Otherwise, it's just
floating.
like it's floating.
Yeah.
Floating.
So he has a floating arm, which obviously takes a lot of effort to do unless something's holding this.
Right.
But you don't know what's holding it.
You don't see it.
And
This
then the
situation.
colors are also really funky for me. Like it's very
They're
pink
very
through here
feminine.
and very golden through here.
The hand tonality doesn't match the face.
No, and that would have
all.
been such an easy fix.
A lot of problems with this particular image.
This one does nothing for me, man. And there's no neck. He's shrinking his body. For a man portrait, you want to make him look
Bigger, broader.
And that's what I'm saying. Like overall, like for a male portrait, many of the poses have minimized him versus maximizing him.
Yeah.
And he looks like a Kansas City Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there has to be some Jesus heroicness to it.
Right.
Instead, they're shrinking him.
There's no Jesus in this picture.
At least the hat is correct,
Yeah.
and you can tell that this is resting on the pants.
I wish it were a bit wider. I feel like this crop in the middle of the shin, it's not flattering
Yeah.
ever to me.
Rule of thumb, right? Never cut at a joint, and we're damn close
Yeah.
on this particular one.
But hell of a job on the accent line.
You do have some
That's
edge
true. We
light
can
there.
see some textures in there.
Definitely separated. So I think as we go back and forth between this, while not overly strong as a portrait, it's not
It's less
our
weak.
worth.
Not
It's
as
less
bad
weak.
as the
Yeah.
It's less weak. That's the right way of putting it.
Pretty awesome.
I like it.
Yeah, it's still bothering me because I'm going right to his chest. That's the brightest part of the image.
Yeah, the framing.
And not only am I going right to his chest with that framing, I'm struggling with the hand and the light hitting his chest and the light hitting his hand. And I don't know if that's something we burned down in post, but if we did, why didn't we even out this range here on his chest? And again, it's broad lighting.
Kind of looks cool though.
It does look cool.
I don't mind it, and there's some interesting textures
If you
happening
do
there.
short lighting with his hair, you would
Skin looks
create a
good.
major shadow from the light coming through. So that would be tough. I like the broad lighting.
Why not clean up some of this hair?
That's bad.
Floating hair.
Yeah.
The skin looks really good,
Skin
though.
texture is really good.
Expression is amazing here.
Yes.
Good
The
expression.
eye
We got
contact,
catch lights in
and
both
yes,
eyes.
Like this looks like the
highlights.
cover of an album.
Oh, I wish it was a crop.
So like almost a crop
Right, a
like this.
male beauty
Just-
crop.
Yeah, and if you got rid of that hand, even
would've
the
been a
glasses,
stunning
that would
photo.
have been a really good photo, right? The hand in this crop, we would have jumped all over them for just a floating hand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so it
But
doesn't
they
work.
did do a wide angle so that you can see that the hand is connected to that arm.
Right.
So that works.
Yeah.
I don't mind the crop.
The editing is subpar. Final image.
Pretty safe, man.
It is safe.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's safe. I love his outfit, but we're not rewarding the outfit.
This Rembrandt is irritating me, to be honest. It looks unresolved.
What do you mean by that?
It's just, there's nothing giving him his other cheekbone back. It's flat on this side. I wish he was tilted ever so slightly towards the light, just so we could have a little bit more definition. And I do wish there was just a little bit more light on this side as well.
Is there a beauty dish optional?
There is.
This would have been a
This would
killer.
have been a stunner for the
beauty
beauty dish. Yeah, just a little bit of
He's
fill.
got the right skin, he's got the right features, the cheekbones is perfect for that. And then they used the soft
And then the
box.
light hair.
It's just, to me, this is a person standing in front of a cool background and
Yeah.
putting a simple light, and that's it.
I'm questioning this background. It's a bad choice.
On the other hand, the composition on this is safe, but it's perfect. Like perfect crop there,
The crop
perfect
is
there,
good.
and perfect
Yeah,
there.
the framing is
Like,
really
it's right
good.
on the money. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's safe. I don't feel like it's our winning image.
No,
this is
it's
safe.
very middling.
If I'm being brutally honest, I feel like this challenge was a letdown overall.
I don't think it was their best work.
When you compare this to the previous challenge of straight out of camera,
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe these are the same group of photographers.
I agree. And you would think they would have grown to be able to meet the expectation of this challenge.
I think it being male, I think threw him for a loop, which was what we were trying to do anyway.
Some of them had time to prepare.
Well,
You would have think they would have prepared.
I can give you the answers for the test. Doesn't always mean you're going to score well.
True.
Are we here for our winner?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
there. The problem is the first two, right?
Yeah. All right. Want to see if we can actually do this blindly and agree? All right. So we are in full agreement across the board. Let's send it to print. All right, guys. Just got to be honest with you. On behalf of all the judges, massively disappointed in what you guys submitted. I mean, really bad. And I say that within the context of the last challenge where you came straight out of camera. And straight out of camera, you guys all look like rock stars. And then we go to photographing men, and some of the decisions that were made were just befuddling, for lack of a better word, on what we got. No one chose hard light, which was super odd. Not really taking advantage of a model who's got an incredible jawline, features. We didn't chisel that. So a lot of just bad decisions were made, and you only had one light. You didn't have to worry about all these complicated setups. So very disappointing. Definitely an area of improvement for you guys. And I'm sure the male model threw you for a loop and not having a dress or all these other things. It was you and a light, and you had to figure that out. Before we get started, I just want to introduce my fellow judges. To my left is Taylor Brumfield, Westcott Top Pro, Tamron Ambassador, a commercial product and beauty photographer. To my right, Roberto Valenzuela, Canon Explorer of Light, best-selling author, and a fashion commercial photographer. Don't forget, today's winner will win a 24x30 classic modern framed print from H&H valued at over $300. All right, so let's get going. First image up. Margot, congratulations. So a lot of things going on in this image, a lot of things going on that could have been better. Great choice on black and white for the portrait. Subject's really popping off of the background, right? So there's just kind of like black background, black and white, just really good. We're seeing it's good skin tone, good pore detail on the overall image, but some areas for improvement. Right on his right cheekbone, you chose broad light, okay? So you're asking us to look at his right cheek. We just decided to leave it here.
I try.
These are the things that we have to get better at removing, right? Because you're driving our attention there with broad light choice, his right cheek turned towards camera. If it's on the side of his shoulder or something like that, we don't notice it, but that's where the brightest part, we're going there, we're gonna see that, right? Something else worth noting, we've got really good skin tone on his face, but his face, his chest, his bright shirt, and his hand are all different tonal ranges. And so that becomes a distraction, okay? Now that is something that can be adjusted in post-production. In fact, that may have been caused by post-production because I know that that light was up high, so how is his shirt brighter, his hands darker, so all sorts of tonal issues. Overall though, one of the strongest images in the bunch. And so, great job. Margot, your journey continues. Next image. Laura, step up. Congratulations.
I got one word for you, and then I'll talk about it. It's boring.
I know, it was so pedestrian.
Compared to your last image that you delivered out of the challenge, when we were looking at this and then finally saw whose image was whom, we're like, square this circle. It was so boring, no risk was taken.
Laura, some suggestions, okay? You have a man, use a hard light. This is an octobox, this is a beauty light. You could take more risks, right? Sculpting the light better than a Rembrandt lighting would have been a little bit more interesting. This is literally just like the most basic kind of lighting you could possibly do. However, your composition saved you. Your crop, left, right, bottom cropping is like right on the money. The pose is okay. You leaned the head towards the higher shoulder, which makes him look more feminine. And that actually sort of worked because the background is as light as he is, which is kind of bad, but because you leaned his head towards the high shoulder, I was like, okay, that at least matches. I think you got lucky on that,
Yeah.
you know? But it's just an overall boring image.
To be honest, I see the background before I see the model. I understand why you went with a more rugged backdrop because he's a man, but at the same time, just to have the backdrop as textured as the foreground, and then he has the textured jacket and the sleeves, it's just a lot going on, you know, and I'm overwhelmed and there's nothing to rest on. So to me, it doesn't resolve. I personally love a good Rembrandt, but there still needs to be some softness in the shadows. That entire side of his face is obscured, and it's unfortunate because it doesn't balance out his great structure. So if you are going to Rembrandt, there still needs to be some definition through there. So either bring your light slightly towards the front or turn your model slightly just so that you don't lose their structure and it just becomes flat.
And Laura, just for my own sanity, that background is not what it looked like when we shot it, correct?
No.
Okay, because I'm like, it is way too grungy, way too sharp, and competing way too much with him. I had to pull Alyssa over to confirm that we even had that backdrop here.
Right, it was gaslighting you.
He's so pretty that I wanted something in there.
Something grungy, yeah.
Something grungy.
Laura, congratulations. Your journey continues.
Barely.
Gentlemen, this is not easy. Somebody unfortunately has to go home. It's been a ride for the both of you. I know that, ups and downs. So, next image. Step forward, Chris.
So there were a couple of key aspects that really just kind of detracted from the image for me. It's a portrait. You know, it's just, it feels like a throwaway. You just wanted to get through the challenge. And I can understand that, but at this level, I wanted more. And I know you're capable of more. The crop is problematic for me, just kind of in the middle of this chin like that. It makes him look stumpy. You never want a man to look stumpy, and he's already seated, so now he just looks very flat. Not very flattering for a male model. I really do like the lighting in the hair. That's something that was a positive for me. I really enjoyed that, and that's something that I can appreciate in this image. And I think the lighting on the face, this is what I was saying before, if you're gonna do a Rembrandt, there still needs to be something going on in the shadow. There needs to be some information in the shadow. So he is Rembrandted on the, is that the word? Rembrandt? He does have a Rembrandt on the side. However, you can still see the structure of his face. And then again, just that lighting in the background where it's still able to hit so that it's not flat and there's still some separation from the backdrop, I think is what saved you for me.
Chris, a couple of other problems with the image is just the angle you've chosen, the expression, he's kind of duck lipping. And so the angle where he's shooting almost level or down on him a little bit.
Right, you gotta get up.
I think I was down on him
And
a little bit.
that's minimizing, right? So when you shoot down on your subject, it minimizes him, which is not what we're looking for, more of a male figure, heroic pose type of image. But Chris, you made it through by the skin of your teeth. Congratulations, your journey continues. Anthony, my friend, come forward. It was a tough back and forth between the two images, and it really came down to the lesser of technical issues.
So Anthony, it's been awesome seeing you here and compete. I've seen some good stuff. You had him sit down, which was an awesome decision. There's two major situations here. One is like a mortal sin. You put his hand a meter closer to the camera than the rest of his face. And the second mortal sin, you put a prop of his head resting on his hand, but you don't see where the elbow is resting because you have this weird thing on the bottom left. And so now it looks like he's just carrying his own arm weight. And that is adds so much tension that I no longer enjoy the photo. Man, we had to eliminate you for that. It was too much of a technical mess. But overall, everything else has a cool vibe to it. But those two things, I was just like, oh no, there's just no coming back from that. So for those reasons, we have to stop your journey here.
All right, Anthony, thank you for all your hard work and being here. You're an incredible photographer. Don't let this get you down. You're gonna keep pushing forward, keep mastering your craft, but unfortunately, your journey ends today. Good luck, my friend. All right, so for everybody watching at home, who do you think should have won this? I know everybody's got an opinion, so go to the description below and go to our Creator Series website where you can vote for who you think should have been the winner today. We'll see you in the next episode.
Why are you crying? I know. I just didn't expect to win something. I have so many people rooting for me and believe in me, and sometimes I don't believe in myself. And in spite of it all, I won. Probably was horrible, but I was so proud of it. I was so proud of it. And I have so much to learn, but I've learned so much here. And I can't wait to get back home and kick ass and take names. And this was so hard for me, but I was like, hey, we're gonna figure this out. And I did it.
You did good, man. All right? You did good. All right? You created a good image. It was a good image, right? But at this stage, we start looking for everything that's wrong, right? And so you got a career ahead of you, my friend, all right? I'm glad you've been here. Love you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That sucked. I think I'd feel less stupid if I didn't do that stuff every day. I wish I would have kind of gone out the last challenge when I thought I was going to go out, not on something that I do pretty regularly. So I hope that I definitely learned, and their critiques totally made sense. This whole experience was a great learning experience, and I met some great people, and being able to work one-on-one with Sal was really, really helpful and really inspiring, and I'm excited to see what comes next. And the three that are left, I don't know how the judges are going to be able to decide, because there are some creative, talented, kind individuals, and it's been a wild ride.